Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to be reviewing The Boys Season 3 Episode 1 to 3. Sorry it was a very late video. I had other videos planned and I removed it from my schedule and I totally forgot about it. But with The Boys I'll be reviewing them weekly. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So The Boys Episode 1 is titled Payback, written by Phil Sakira, written by Craig Rosenberg. Original release date was 3rd of June 2022. So the plot. 1 year after Stormfront's public controversy, Butcher and most of the boys work as contractors for Newman's Bureau of Superhero Affairs to apprehend problematic soups, with Huey and his liaison, Edgar offers Starlight, who is now publicly dating Huey, co-captaincy of the Steven to rebuild Vought reputation. To Homelander's dismay, Edgar also attempts to sell V-24, a new Compound V variant that provides temporary enhancements to Robert Singer. To no avail, Maeve secretly meets with Butcher, asking him to look up Payback, a superhero group whose popularity faded after the Seven were formed, and find out the truth about the death of their leader, Soldier Boy. In hopes of finding something that can kill Homelander, she also gives him several V-24 vials, which he contemplates using. While leaving work, Huey spots a man named Tony, who claims to be Newman's best friend and calls her Nadia. He follows the pair in an alleyway where Tony urges her to tell the truth about Red River. She refuses, prompting Tony to retaliate before she kills him. Unaware of Huey's presence. Rating. In New Zealand it's an R18 for nudity, violence, gore and profanity. And then in the US it's a TVMA for sex, nudity, violence, gore and profanity. Basically everything. So the genres are action, crime, drama, sci-fi and dark comedy. Thoughts. I think the start of the season was great. I'm a fan of the season already. Now, I was late to the show. I binge watched all 1 and 2, seasons 1 and 2 before watching season 3, episode 1 to 3, and I love the show. But anyway, this episode was just really entertaining and really gruesome, which I love. My favourite character of this episode would be Homelander because he is brutal in this episode and I love it. I think the show's direction was really well done, and the acting was well done as well. And it's nice to see a Kiwi in there, Carl Urban, which I love to see that. My bad and disappointing. I think this episode's disappointing things were probably the start of the episode. I thought it was just not for me, and I was just not hooked into the start, which was disappointing. But then the middle and the end just changed it all up for me. And then there was one scene in the episode which just didn't really interest me. Yes, it was in the start of the episode, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it, even though I basically said what happens in the episode, but yeah, I think it could have been better. Final thoughts. I think this episode was great, even though that there were some problems in it. I think it was still enjoyable to watch, and I can't wait to talk about more of The Boys. But yeah, definitely a show for adults, and children should not watch this show because of what happens in this episode. It's next level. Now on to episode 2, titled The Only Man in the Sky, directed by Phil Segura, written by David Reed, and released 3rd of June 2022. So, the plot. While the boys investigate Soldier Boy's death, Huey visits Red River, an orphanage for superpowered children, and copies its record. Frenchie and Kimco confront Crimson's Cortis, Soldier Boy's widow, but she escapes, killing a Homelander mascot in the progress. Butcher confronts Soldier Boy's sidekick Gunpowder and is injured the ensuing gunfight in preparation for his annual birthday celebration in the evening. Homelander pushes his new co-captain Starlight to act eventual I don't know that word, towards him, but she rebuffs him with Edgar's support. He is further agitated with Stormfront commit suicide hours before the celebration of this advice of his ex-wife. Mother's milk rejoins the boys injured. Butcher calls Huey and agrees to stop using violence, but a Butcher takes the first V-24 dose and confronts Gunpowder, easily defeating him, and learning that Soldier Boy died in Nicaragua on a mission for the CIA led by Malroy. Angered by the discovery, Butcher kills Gunpowder at his birthday celebration. Homelander melts down, raging that Vort's executives are attempting to control him and inciting that the world needs him because, in a reproduction of his earlier motto, he alone is the real hero. Now it was episode 2, so rating of course. New Zealand R18 for sex, nudity, violence, gore, and profanity. And the US, it's a TVMA for sex, nudity, violence, gore, and profanity. Basically everything. The genres are action, crime, drama, sci-fi, and dark comedy. Thoughts? I think this episode was a really enjoyable episode to watch. I think that Homelander in this episode is still my favorite character. But yeah, a fun enough episode that I can enjoy. I think in this episode did have some fun moments in this episode that I enjoyed, and I think that the direction was well done in this episode. And yeah, that is about it for the good. It was a good episode though. Now, okay, this episode was weaker than episode 1 in my opinion. I think that it was a bit lackluster as well, unfortunately. But yeah, some scenes in this episode were just meh for me, and yeah, I think that some of the jokes didn't work for me, even though it does have dark humor, which I do love dark humor, but unfortunately it did not work. Final thoughts. I think this episode was fun enough for me. Final thoughts. I think this episode was fun enough for me to think it was a good episode. I do think it was a good episode with problems and weaker than episode 1. But I still enjoyed this episode, and yeah, I think people should check this show out if you love superhero genre stuff, and if you don't, and if you're not squeamish of like blood and guts, check it out. Now on to episode 3, titled Barbary Coast, directed by Julian Holmes, written by Aslama Richardson and Geoff All. Original release date was 3rd of June 2022. Plot, if I get to it, there we go. Oh god, that's a lot. Okay. Following Homelander's rants, his approval rating among rural right men skyrocket, leading Vought executives to take a more passionate attitude towards his actions. Much to Homelander's delight, amidst pressure from Homelander during the reality TV show American Hero, and his childhood friend and ex-boyfriend Supersonic joins the Seven, while the Depp is restrained. Homelander then announced that he and Annie are in love, to which she reluctantly recuperates. Meanwhile, Mallory reveals Payback was developed to assist the CIA in fighting a communist government in Nakura during the Cold War, but were killed during an attack by Nakurian and Russian soldiers by Soldier Boy. Being killed by Russian superweapon, enraged that Malroy did not reveal that superweapon's existence to him earlier, and still suffering from V-24's side effects. Butcher storms out and blames Ryan for Becker's death. Following Homelander's rant, he approves his approval ratings among rural white men skyrocket, leading Vought's executives to take a more passionate attitude towards his actions. Much to Homelander's delight, amidst pressure from Homelander during the reality TV show American Hero, Annie's childhood friend and ex-boyfriend Supersonic joins it. I already said that. Joins us even while the Deep is restrained. Homelander then announced that he and Annie are in love, to which she reluctantly. I already said that. I don't know. And Malroy did not reveal the superweapon's existence to him earlier, and still suffering from V-24's side effects. I already said that. Great. I literally copied and pasted twice. I do apologise. Rating, it's New Zealand, it's, of course, R18, sex, nudity, violence, gore, profanity, and more. US, it's a TV MA for sex, nudity, violence, gore, profanity, and more. The genre is action, crime, drama, sci-fi, dark comedy. Thoughts? I think this episode by far was my favourite episode. I really did enjoy my time with this episode, and it did get me excited for episode 4. But yeah, definitely my favourite. Definitely my favourite. I think that the pacing in this episode was well done. And I really liked the direction and the script for this episode. The dark humour did work for me, and I think that Soldier Boy might be my favourite character after I see him again. Bad and disappointing. I think there was a little problem with this episode, and that was I really wanted more of Soldier Boy, because I don't think we got enough screen time for me with him. But yeah, that was all about the disappointing stuff in this episode. Final thoughts. Like I said, by far my favourite episode. I wish we got more Soldier Boy, and the ending I was like, WTF, Homelander is straight up a dick. But yeah, a really great episode, and I cannot wait for episode 4 coming on Friday, or today. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. There will be social medias down below: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd, my podcast down there. Video will be right there. I don't know what video it will be. I don't know what these videos will be, but there will be videos right there. There will be my icon right there. Click on it, subscribe, be a massive help. What else is there? Oh yeah. Hopefully tomorrow maybe I might be reviewing The Boys season 3 episode 4. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. But yes, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, be a massive help. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Like the video, be a massive help. Oh, I also forgot, I reached 70 subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone. And not that, on the same day, I reached 10,000 views. Thank you so much for that as well. That's so cool to see. But yeah, thank you so much for that. It's all because of you. And yeah, more content coming out later. Well, maybe one video tomorrow, Sunday, and then Monday. Next week will be a bit, what's the word? It'll be, there won't be much videos from me, basically. But we are starting my top 10 series again. My top 10 of the year, because we're in the middle of the year, so we're going to do the top 10. We're doing like heaps of top 10 stuff. But they will all be coming out this month. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, be a massive help. Thanks for watching this video. Take care. Peace.